Well, hi Jason, we're back for a cracking afternoon. David Gawley against Gary Smith.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be an absolute cracker. Got a huge audience here this afternoon at Potter's.
Yeah, it's certainly good. Talking of which, if anybody's out there and enjoying the YouTube and you're close to Norfolk and Hopton-on-Sea, why don't you come down to Potter's Resort? I can guarantee it's a 5-star resort, and why don't you come in and enjoy the experience? There's a few seats still left for next week in the second round and quarter-finals on the Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Semi-finals day, there are just a few, and I do mean a few, left for the Saturday, so you know there's a really good chance to come in and enjoy the atmosphere here. Yeah, Jason, it's I mean, on paper this is, you know, one of the big matches today, isn't it?
Oh, certainly is. Yeah, you know, Gary Smith, one of the English qualifiers. He's been around for a long, long time. You know, played at such a high level. Skipped for his country for numerous amount of years. Very well respected on the circuit, I think.
Certainly among the players from the north of the country, he's certainly one of the top ones there. And within the PBA, he's won the Masters a couple of times. He's qualified for other events. You know, certainly is a good all-round player.
Yeah, I think he's certainly one of those that the qualified players would like to dodge first round for sure.
Without a doubt.
Definitely.
Even some of the top 16 wouldn't want them in the draw.
No.
And of course, David Gawley. David's been around a long time. Got quite a number of WBT titles to his credit. You know, and he's really respected in the top 16.
Definitely. It's amazing to think how he competes at such a high level consistently when he doesn't really play much. You know, living in Spain, you know, he's out there enjoying the sunshine and sends very, very little bowls. Turns up to these events, has a few practice sessions and still manages to play very, very consistent.
Indeed, he moved to Spain about a year and a half ago. Wanted a more recharge of his batteries, as he said, and he just amazes me. He can come over here and within a few days he's really up to speed again.
Yeah, it makes it look easy.
But he is a naturally gifted player, though.
Yeah, some people have to practice, some don't. It's just one of those things. You know, he's naturally gifted and doesn't have to play as much. Gary just pushed through this on the wide line, just won't come back. So a good head of bowls for the first end here.
Oh yes, very good. I'd never get anything like that, Jason.
I'm saying nothing, I'm yet to play. So don't forget, if you're out there watching and there's a question that you want us to answer, drop us a note and we'll try and do our very best to get the answers to you. Looks like red. Could be a 3 here, Richard. Have a good look at this screen ball.
2 shots, David. Good.
2.
So 2. Good start for David.
Yep.
I see Davies opted to play with the slightly stronger bowls than he would normally play with. He normally plays with the Taylor Ace, and this time he's playing with the Internationals. Just feels he gives himself a better line, slightly stronger bias at the end.
It's what you were talking to me about earlier on, isn't it? About the slightly different lines the bowls take.
Yeah, I think if you look at most of the top players, they are going for the stronger bias bowls. Gary's always plays with Tigers. He's played with Tigers for as long as I've known him, and he has a strong set of Tigers too, and he plays with them very, very well. Some people struggle to play with a very strong bowl, but Gary seems to just handle them so easy.
Good bowl.
Good reply here from David.
Gary's certainly looking with this one. Shame.
Just pulled up.
Good line though.
Another
David
good bowl
looking-
here from David.
Yep. Could have done with a slightly better
Yeah.
chunk of the jack.
Could have done with swallowing it. Made a 3. Didn't seem to like the look of that.
Quite short. Another
14 inches past jack.
So David's looking to play pretty much a similar bowl. If he can get hold of the jack yet again. Nice little trail.
he's got a good line again.
Just needs a nice solid
He
contact
looks
now on
better
the jack.
for it.
That's
Yeah.
a cracking bowl.
Superb bowl. Superb.
Gary's in a little bit of bother here early on.
Yeah. Certainly keep the audience on their seats. We're almost at capacity this afternoon. Still a few empty seats if anybody wants to hop along in. But I mean, for the first week, it's an excellent response, isn't it?
It is. It's been great. You know, it's, they've all made it back from dinner. I can't believe the amount of food you get given here.
I know.
It's just 24-hour food.
It's not so much that, it's they actually managed to do it. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then a midnight meal as well.
Midnight snack. I missed it last night. I was in bed.
Well, he's having a look. He's having a real try here.
Nice solid contact needed.
Oh.
Ooh, just got away.
Unlucky.
Great effort. probably just the two.
2 shots, David Good.
Yeah. Still another good 2 though. Takes them up to 4-0.
Set score 4-0 after 2 innings.
We seem to have an earwig walking across the screen. The camera.
Jackman 28 metres.
I mean, talking of little animals, I remember going to Stanley for the ladies and the men's internationals. Stanley's a very different bowls hall, which is built above a supermarket, and during the summer the butterflies get up into the heating system, then in the winter when you turn it on they all come out.
Yeah, that's correct. It can be very, very warm in Stanley, especially when the internationals are on. A lot of people are in there. It can get very, very warm indeed.
You have to watch you don't squash a butterfly that's on the rink. Well, good bowl there by Gary. Just a bit through, but good line. Good line from David.
Yeah, all on his weight now. Very, very warm in Stanley, especially when the internationals are on. A lot of people are in there.
Gary's another player, isn't he, that's got a very smooth delivery.
Yeah, very consistent, very steady on the mat. Takes his time.
1-3.
Both players are not afraid to play an attacking shot. So it could be quite interesting later on in the set. Once they get themselves settled on a length, I'm sure they'll just get better and better and better. Be very hard to pick a winner here, Richard, I think.
You challenged me to that this morning and I was wrong, so I'm not saying a word. Well played, David. Good bowl.
You could always try and get your money back.
I thought it was a packet of Bassett's we had a bet on. One thing about these two players, though, is that neither one of them, like you said, is afraid to play an attacking shot,
4-inch gap.
and they won't be slow in doing it, either one of them.
No, not at all. They know how the carpet plays. You know, they know what shots they can and what shots they can't play. So they don't mess around. Just push through this. Leave Gary a good chance here now. Got a chance just to arrive underneath on the bowl, make a few.
Yeah,
Difficult pace.
that's what he's looking for.
Yeah,
He's
there
gone
you
a
go.
bit too narrow, though.
Yeah, very difficult.
One shot, David Good.
So David picks up another good shot.
Set score 5-0 after 3 innings.
So we're up to 5-0. Well, of course, when the bowlers arrive here at Potters,
Jackman 28
they get full accommodation, and Potters Resort provides them with all the meals, accommodation, just before the start of their matches for as long as they're in, and until they're actually out. So the players thoroughly enjoy it. And being a 5-star resort, one of the questions we've been asked is, what do bowlers get at Potters? Well, basically they get the same as the guests, like we've been talking about earlier. 4 meals a day if you want them, You know, there's plenty of bars on the resort. There's probably the second longest bar in the UK, in their Atlas Theatre, which stays as shows second to none.
7 inch count.
Gary Smith just drew a fabulous shot bowl there. And of course the players also get to use the swimming pools. They've even got a health spa here if you wish. I know 1 or 2 players use that, Jason.
I don't think they'll want us to mention the names though. We could be cruel.
1 3.
Spot who's had the facial.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just endless amounts of facilities here. Crazy golf, snooker, darts,
Yeah. Archery,
pools, archery, everything.
go-karting, shooting. It's an amazing place. 65 acres of land it takes.
Your last ball. 7.5 inch gap.
Somebody else has asked, do the players have to provide their own shirts? And the answer's no. They're provided by WBT, and we're quite good, really. Look at that. That's incredible bowling.
2 red. Shot ball was touching.
Not much room now for Gary. He's going to have to somehow just, take full effect of his stronger bowls. Miss that wider line, let it drift back. Perfect weight and it'll come back all the way.
Yes, that is one thing about a wider line bowl.
Yeah, definitely. You give
You
yourself
can
more of a
get
chance.
your awkward shots with it.
This is all on
And
his
he's
pace now. It'll come
certainly
at the
given
end.
this a look. Just a tad wide.
Good effort.
David will try and draw him for a second, but he can't afford to play a reaching bowl. If he touches the jack and it goes, then that will go to Gary.
Yeah, just gotta err on the side of caution slightly. If he can just drift round his own, but like you say, if he does just catch it, he's gonna flick the jack into the open. In 2 minds. Well, he's elected to play the open hand. It's there's not much danger, but obviously it's going through his mind that he could leave Gary a bit of a winger should he finish just
Yeah.
that bowl or 2 wide.
Well, he's looking good. Just
Just
his
needs to
weight.
miss.
Hmm.
Well, he has made it slightly wider, but he has finished in the line, so he's probably going to force Gary just to play just slightly over the speed. Any kind of contact onto the shot or the jack, and he's got a ball waiting. Can't be too adventurous. So playing control weight.
Oh, no telling what'll happen. Moved his own.
Yeah, unlucky there not to get a bit of the jack.
I'd say,
2 shots, David Gourley.
yeah, David picks up another 2.
Set score 7-0 after 4
Good start here, Richard. Really, 7-0 doesn't really reflect the game.
No, that's one, something if somebody reads the reports and just literally goes off the score, they think, oh, we didn't play so well.
That's right. Yeah,
By far the opposite.
yeah, 7-0. Doesn't really tell the story. Plenty of ends left though. Yeah, only 4 ends played, 5 to go.
Well, somebody's asked, what governing body does the event come under? Well, it comes under the World Bowls Tour, which is an organisation set up by the players back in 1989. David's playing really well. It's
Yeah, he seems very happy with these stronger bowls, definitely.
yeah. Yes, as I was saying, 1989, and its very first TV event, which I think we mentioned this morning, was 1992. The International Open, staged at Norbreck Castle in windy Blackpool. This is another cracking bowl. from
Yeah,
David.
great. Very
Well, do you
consistent
think
stuff.
Gary would hit that?
I think he might just have another go at drawing. You know, he's got a perfect line. Just needs to adapt the weight slightly. And get away with a slightly tighter line here on the backhand coming in this direction. Just holds up more than the forehand, as you
Well,
can see
he's
there. Just the
Just
pace.
going to drop short.
Well, good opportunity now for Davey just to tidy this head up a bit. Finishing just in front of the jack would be absolutely perfect.
Just
Come on.
over pushed it a bit.
2
But at least he's behind.
Gary attacking it now. Looking to get the 2 bowls. Just needs to get down a bit more. Good bowl.
Oh, excellent bowl. Excellent bowl. David's both away, leaves himself shot ball.
Yeah, he played that very good. Not easy with that kind of pace.
Very close.
Right, good line again, Jason.
Yeah, just looking to repeat his first 2 deliveries. Just needs to run a bit more now.
He's got to run.
Just enough on the seam.
Well, he's just done enough. Now it's Gary's turn. 1 bowl shootout.
That's right. Just needs to drop his weight now.
Gary's gone nice and wide on the swingy hand.
Yeah,
so if
it'll
he-
come
if
back on the
he's-
forehand.
He's got the weight, that'll come all the way.
Good ball.
So Gary gets on the card.
I think we'll see probably a change of length here now.
After 5 minutes.
So what tactics, Mr. Smith, are you going to use?
Probably see the jack going to the tee.
Jack Evans, 26.5 metres.
Good start here from Gary, just needs to reach a bit more.
Good line from David. Just pushed it a little.
So David just looking to adjust his pace here.
Gary's swooping in again.
Yeah, good
Very
ball.
good ball. Very good ball.
2. Shot ball gap is 10 inches.
Is he running, Chase?
Just short.
Yeah.
So a good chance for Gary now to get back in this set. Anywhere within a foot. Looking good. Now, will David try to draw, or will he elect to play down the middle? Probably see the first time out of the game here, I think, Richard.
It's just, as you
There
said,
we go.
he called for it.
David has 3 timeouts remaining.
At 7-1 front and lying 3 down, it's quite a big bowl for David.
Yeah.
So it's worth using one of the timeouts just to give yourself that little bit of time to decide. Playing the forehand, so I'd probably say he's just going to draw this. All on the weight. All on the pace now, David. Will it get here? They'll be waiting for that to fall over. So of course they've got to wait the 30 seconds when the balls come to a stand.
Yeah, well, of course, the 30-second rule, it's only applied if the players ask for it. It's not an automatic rule. Many people think it's automatic, but it's not. The player has to ask.
Gives him 30 seconds to wobble the floor.
Measure for shot.
Ooh, measure for shot. Either way, it's a good recovery ball for David there. 3 down.
Yeah.
Would have been a bit disastrous really having such a good start. I might go for red, I think. Wrong.
No.
1 shot, Gary Smith.
So Gary's picks up another single.
So, 5 shots in it.
Well, it was still a good shot of David's, though, because he cut the deficit down. Whilst you don't want to drop anything, it's better just to drop a single.
Yeah, if you are going to lose a shot, just use the one.
Gary has 26.5 meters.
Good start again here from Gary.
Certainly an excellent start. David a bit short there.
Yeah, not like David, that with his first. Just needs to stop now. Another good line. Just slightly behind.
Certainly got a good line again.
Yeah, it's
I
better
think
with this
he's-
one.
I think he's pushed it a little.
In for second.
Uh, 6 inches past jump.
So David swapping to the forehand now. Slightly wider line.
Well, he played it well last time. When he played that hand. Just needs to bend a bit.
Should fall
Sit
over.
down. Yeah.
Probably in for second.
Yeah, if you can't get the shot, at least keep it down to only one down.
Gary doesn't like this.
Yeah, but I know Gary, he'll say that and then draw shots. But he was right this time.
Will it get back?
I think he's pushed it.
Anything slightly over pace on that backhand, it just won't come back.
Set score 7-3 after 7 innings.
So 7 shots to 3 now. Closing the gap.
Well, still needs a 2 or 3 this end, doesn't he, to do anything.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to be scoring 2. Another good start there from Gary. Well, a great start to this end here, Richard. 2 superb bowls there.
Yeah, superb bowling.
Not far away with this one as well. Just pulling up.
Cool.
Good effort.
One green. Half a ball short of Jack. No, there's a 3/4 inch gap.
Well, David's doing his job here, just trying to close the end down, keep Gary to a single if possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gary knew he'd pushed that. He wasn't happy with himself.
No. Just trying to create himself a little bit of a chance, I think, there. David looking just to arrive on his own bowl now. Push Gary's out the side door.
Yeah.
Just drifting by. Very good effort. Finished in a good place as well.
But I was going to say, it's still, you know, the old adage of better behind than in front. That
Yeah.
still really works. Because even if Gary played trying to chip David's out, if he got it slightly wrong, his would go.
Gary has 3 timeouts remaining.
Just not going to come again, just with that pace.
Mm. So what does David do here then, Jason?
Well, he's got a chance to win this set at this end. He only has to just reach his own nearest bowl, just crack an egg on it. Push Gary's out the side. If he gets just underneath, he just pulls the jack. Also gets the shot. Just needs to bend.
Not quite.
No, just with that pace, it's
One shot, Gary Smith.
lazy to get back. So Gary lives on.
Gary gets another one.
So looking for 3.
Set score 7-4 after 8 hits.
3 for a tie, 4 for a draw. I know,
3 for a tie, 4 for a draw.
Well, you
4
know
for the
what I
win.
mean. I was too busy looking at that camera shot with the spider in the middle that just popped up.
It's hard to judge the distance with a spider in between. So it's important now Gary gets his first couple of balls somewhere in the area, able to create a chance. That's a good opener there. Somewhere abouts and just past the jack.
14 inch gap.
David just needs to pack the head now. Just keep drawing to the jack.
Oh, it's got a good line for his bowl. Looks good. It's
Yeah,
good
good
enough
start.
for first shot.
Just needs to keep matching Gary.
Yeah.
All on his pace now. He's on a good line. Just needs to hurry for the jack.
Only just missed it.
One red.
Yeah, again it's finished in the area. Not wasted. And David's following.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, he's now got 2 seconds. Just making it slightly more difficult for Gary. Gary, we're looking at just getting hold of this jack, or just inside David's. He's just pushed through though. Drift by.
What would you try and do? Just get one slightly behind now, Jason, just to cover the last.
Yeah, I think anywhere between the jack and Gary's last bowl. That's the only shot Gary's got to make, really. Is just to pull the jack. This doesn't look far enough. So he's giving him a chance.
Unless he was deliberately trying to play a blocker for the front.
I don't think so, Richard. Looking at his reaction there, I think a blocker, you've got to be so precise. You've got to be bang on, and then if you do get a bang on blocker, it's up to the bowler. They can just adjust the speed, either play more speed or less speed, and just play either side of it.
Right.
So it's very, very difficult to play. If Gary can get just underneath David's blocker to the red bowl, flick back onto the jack, he could make a good 3 here. I'm not sure whether the angle's there to get the 2 red bowls from where we are. Well, he's playing the backhand, so he looks like he's going for the 2 red bowls. All on the angle. All on the angle. Perfect.
Look at that.
Absolute cracker. Well played, Gary.
4.
This is what we were talking about earlier on, Richard, about the players knowing what pace is better to play. So there was a chance there to trail the jack underneath on the other hand, but you had to be more precise weight, which, as we said, was very, very difficult. I wasn't quite sure on the angles from where we were. Gary obviously saw it a lot better.
Yeah.
Played the better pace and got an absolute brilliant result from it. So David just needs to get 3rd shot here. That's the aim. Doesn't matter about getting shot as long as he gets 3rd.
But this is where I've seen a player succumb to the pressure.
Yeah, because you don't want to be short.
Yeah.
You don't want to be short, so it's very, very easy sometimes just to push through. And as we know on here, if you just push through, it doesn't come back. So anywhere within 2 feet.
And I don't care what anybody says, it's not easy at this level, at this stage of the
No.
match.
So just needs to get
But he's
underneath the
looking-
front.
Oh,
Just needs to get underneath. Well played.
yeah, he's done it.
Well played.
First set, David Goulding.
So David Gurley takes the first set. Got off to a great start. Gary changed the length slightly, came back at him, and nearly went for a tie. Seven shots to 6.
Well, that was an excellent first set, Jason. Excellent first set.
Yeah, good standard of bowls all round.
Yeah. I've just noticed that 2 of the ladies from Just Retirement have crept in to have a look. Of course, Just Retirement are the sponsors who have just signed up for 3 years to sponsor the World Championships. So they're in until 2018. So that's really good news for the sport.
Yeah, definitely, sponsorship's the important thing for sport. There's not a lot of money to go around these days, so, securing good deals is vital for the game. And there's another good opening to this set here, look, as well. Some cracking bowling going on this afternoon. This definitely was one of the most looked at first round games, I think, Richard.
Yes, when we all saw it coming out on the draw, we felt it would be one of the top matches. I said earlier, Gary Smith has qualified into a couple of these events, and he's absolutely determined to get himself into the top 16. Look at this. Look, this is highest caliber bowling.
Yeah, this is Gary's bread and butter. This, you know, draw into a jack. Somebody asked us earlier on in the day if we thought a qualifier could win the event. Well, this is certainly one of the qualifiers that did have a little
DG
bit of
going
money
for it.
on.
Missed.
Just needs to run.
Just drop short.
I think we might see David go in again here.
Well, it is there.
David has one time out of the
So he'd have made his mind up by now what he's going to play. Just needs to bend now. Just gonna slip by.
Don't.
Looking good. Solid on that.
Yeah,
Start for Gary.
definitely a
3 shots, Gary Smith.
2, 3.
Yeah, 3.
So Gary kicks off with 3.
Jack left 25 metres.
Just gone a little bit through.
Yeah,
But he would have-
slightly
he-
shorter, I think. 25-metre jack, slightly shorter.
Yeah, it is.
The bowls just don't react the
Yeah.
same. David's found it.
David's got it, look. But both these bowlers are of a similar temperament, neither really showing any emotion at any stage.
No, they're both quite plain-faced. They're not very animated.
David just undercutting a little bit, but his weight's very, very good.
Gary's swapping to the slightly swingier hand. Get just underneath onto the jack, could make a few. Just push past it.
One red and a measure.
David's on that wider line as well now. Ooh.
One and a measure.
So Gary will be looking just to tighten up now, looking to sit the shot bowl.
Just comes off it. Yeah. Oh, oh dear.
One red.
That's when a good bowl does sometimes just not go for you.
No, he was unlucky there really. He wanted either
David
the
elected-
bowl or the jack, and he got both unfortunately.
David elected not to play his last bowl.
Set score
Good choice.
3 after 2 innings.
Fraught with danger.
Challenge 29 metres.
I see Gary's recently moved to the South Shields Indoor Bowls Club
Yeah.
from Stanley.
Yes, I think himself and several others have moved there.
And of course he doesn't play outdoor bowls, so he's not a member of an outside club.
No, it's amazing that there's several of the indoor players now that no longer play outdoors at all. Good opener by Gary there.
I think there's a few considerations people to take, you know, there's a lot of time taken on the indoor circuit. You know, sometimes people either want just a break from it, or
Yeah.
you know, there's also, you know, sometimes the standard of the outdoor greens they're not brilliant, and then obviously we've got the great British weather, you know, to add on to that.
On some of our so-called flat greens, you could also be playing crown.
Well, that's right. You know, I've had the fortune of playing both flat and crown. And I certainly know in the middle of April when it's absolutely throwing it down, I'd
Yeah.
rather be playing crown, because you're normally on and off within half an hour.
Yeah.
Flat green, 3 hours later, you still stood out there.
Look at this response from Gary.
One red.
Oh, David's still got the shot. Oh, David, is he going? Just not quite getting in there. But, apparently on our YouTube, Jason, we've got quite a few new people come across the sport and are watching it for the first time and asking what are the rules. So if we intersperse the next few ends with some of the rules for them.
Close here. What a
well,
great bowl.
What a bowl.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's absolutely perfect bowling. And there's one of your rules, ladies and gentlemen and viewers. You need to get as near as you can to the little white ball, which Gary just did with tremendous accuracy. The bowl that you're watching down has a bias which, as the speed comes off, starts pulling the bowl in an arc towards the centre of the rink. And that was another cracking bowl. I think he's still what they call one down. Yeah.
Another good bowl for nothing.
Yeah. And you have 4 bowls each, and the objective is to score as many shots as you can. And you get 9 ends, and over the 9 ends you try and win as many ends, and that's called a set. And you get 2 full sets. If you win both of them, you've won the match. If you win one of them and lose the other, then you get what we call a tie break, which is a further 3 ends where only 1 shot counts. And in the right hand corner of your screen at the moment, you'll see a clock with 30 on it. So once the jack is cast and placed where it stops along the centre of the carpet, as you can see, that's placed by our marker. Gary will play his first bowl, and when that comes to a rest, the shot clock starts and the opponent has 30 seconds in which to deliver his bowl. So as soon as David Gurley, who's now going to play, releases his bowl, the shot clock will stop and restart when that bowl comes to a finish. Where you have a very tight head and you want to have a look, you are allowed 5 timeouts of 60 seconds during the match. And if the match goes to a tie break, you get 1 extra timeout allocated for you. So in a nutshell, I think that's about it, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, I think, Richard, it's always very hard to explain basic rules because, you know, this competition has very unique rules, obviously built around the television.
Yeah.
You know, so for people that are just starting out or wanting to get into the sport, you know, visit your local club. David attacking this nice and early, close for the
He's
jack
on
here.
target.
We're very unlucky there. I think it's just gone out the side of the rink, so it might come back for the respot. I thought he might have just got that jack clean.
Well,
So for the viewers obviously asking the question on the rules now, no, the jack's just stayed in. So as long as the jack stays within the confines of the rink, the jack will stay in the ditch or the gutter. And then any bowl that touches the jack before it leaves the rink will be called a live bowl, and therefore will count in the gutter. Any bowl that goes into the gutter without touching the jack is declared dead and will be removed from the game.
well, here goes Gary, now trying to reach right down. And that's a fairly long length, that, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of effect here now. The bowl's bending. Just needs it to stay within the rink marker, which I think he's going to do. So that's a great bowl.
Favour the last ball. 2 feet from the ditch.
And this really is a test of skill because the sheer length of that is... You've got to get all the way down to the bottom, but you have to stay on the carpet. No.
Just giving up here. due to the length of this mark, they're going to have to obviously play across the head, just going underneath the 2 green balls that you can see on the picture, letting the bias take effect, and then obviously stopping it before it goes out the rink. There's just not enough room to play the ditch side for where the jack is. You're just going to bend too much. So Gary's going to be looking at getting another one close here. Otherwise it leaves David a chance to take the bowl away. This is a great bowl. That's a great bowl. Gary just showing what a class player he is there.
Yeah.
2 corking bowls.
Of course, David's got a chance. He can play a similar line and rest against the bowl. But then he
He's
can also
playing.
attack it.
Playing for the 2 green bowls.
Unlucky.
So Gary be taking another 2 here, I think. Certainly 1. David will have a look at this.
2 shots, Gary Smith.
No 2.
Yeah.
So Gary takes the lead, 6-1 there in the second set. Some great bowling going on here.
Set score 1-6 after 4 innings.
I think it's important, Richard, for these new viewers that we've got, if they are wanting to get involved in the sport, you've got Google, you've got your yellow pages, look up your local bowls club. Every club's looking for new members, no matter
Yeah.
how old you are. They've got a lot of junior leagues, we have veteran leagues, we even have disabled leagues, people in wheelchairs, it's amazing.
Well, that's one thing about our sport. It is open to every class of body that there is.
That's right. Going back a few years when I used to work at the Blackpool Indoor Bowls Club, we used to have the Blind Association play bowls, and it was just absolutely amazing. Amazing to see, how well people can do with the aid of string and walkie-talkies. It's
Yeah.
just superb.
I did a day with the blind a few months ago now, and what amazed me was that what you did for them was you stood and made a noise, and they were so accurate in picking out where that noise was to play the line of their bowl.
Oh yeah.
Highly accurate, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed it. And if you need any help from your national associations, in England you can look up the website for the EIBA. If you just dial that into Google, that'll come up with a website. In Scotland it is SIBA, and in Wales it is WIBA. So you can Google those and start from there if you wish. But what I can tell all non-bowlers is it's a fantastic sport to get into.
It's a very welcoming sport, wherever you go in the world, the bowls clubs are always very, very welcoming.
David looking at a good line here, just come off that.
Good bowl.
Yep, that's a good bowl. So, situation reversed then, Jason. It's David Gurley that needs to pick up a few shots this set.
Yeah, it's strange, Richard. We've seen this for the last few games now. The first
Yeah.
set goes one way very easily, score-wise, and the second set goes the other way easily, score-wise. But the ability stays the same. The scoreline just isn't reflecting the bowls.
No, it's not. The standard of bowls here in this match has been absolutely superb.
Favour anyone?
The crowd love to see a tie break. value for money.
Yes.
So a good chance for David to make this spare shot now. I think he's just pushed it.
Yeah, he knows. Look, you can tell it the way he's looking. Yeah. Just get the one up, I think. It's very difficult to tell on the angle we've got on the screen, but
One shot, David Goodley.
yeah, he's just asked for one. So that's 2-6.
Score 2-6 after 5 minutes.
So 4 in it, 4 to play.
And 28 penalties.
4 to play. He needs 4 for a draw, which would give him the match. So, you know, it's still there.
Certainly is. Just keep plugging away. Gary will be looking at scoring at least 2 of the next 4
Well,
rounds.
that's a good opener. Gary just needs to keep himself together now, which he should do. Push that one a little.
8-inch gap.
But unlike the qualifier we saw earlier on, of course Gary's been on the portable before, so he'll already got some experience.
Yeah, he's very experienced at this level and on this this green. He knows how to play it, what to play and when to play.
David pushed his little smile off David there. He knows he pushed it a bit too much. Good shot at the top there, the players' lounge, obviously full.
So that's probably the loosest head we've had so far.
I think David heard you say that, look.
2 red.
Not a bad bowl, but
Just on the 4 feet.
So Gary will be looking at just to adjust his pace here. Just try and get one near.
this morning one of the audience stopped me and said, when we have the pairs, we put microphones on the pairs so the audience can hear what the pairs are saying. Why don't we do that for singles? How would you feel if you were wearing a mic in singles, Jason?
I'd rather not. I curse myself too much.
David's got a good line again.
Just wants to miss the jack. That's better.
Well, that's
Just
all
caught
right.
corner.
That's okay. Got a toucher.
So we might see Gary go for this.
I wouldn't be surprised.
A backhand drive, looking at clearing at least two of these bowls away. There's a jack through the port. Just depends how confident he's feeling. Yeah, playing the
Yeah, he
attacking
called it
shot.
right.
Needs to bend.
Oh, will he get back?
Nope.
Could even take his own away. Oh, he was very lucky there. His last green stayed.
3 shots, David Goodley.
So, one big end there for David. 3 shots.
Set score 5-6.
Cuts it down to just one shot difference now with just 3 ends to play. That's a big end for David.
Yeah, it is. That will rock Gary slightly as well.
Jack left 28 metres.
Yeah, he's just got to recompose himself. Just one bad end, that's all.
It's unfortunate, but his ball just didn't come in enough to give him the clean takeout.
Yeah, that's right. It's just that in between pace. It is very difficult. David's here again. He's playing very well.
Look at that. That's a really good opening ball. That's when the pressure really does mount. Gary's getting a good line. It's just his weight, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
that's
the
right.
line. What David does not want to do now is make any sort of a shoulder.
You'll be looking at just falling through this hole.
Yeah, very good.
Gary wants to be just arriving on the tighter line here. He's just going to stick off. Finished in a good place. Might just lock the back bowl in though.
Yeah. Yeah. David switching to the other hand now.
He'll be coming for cover.
Not too bad.
No, it's certainly the direction the jack will go if it's hit. It's got to attack. Needs a contact really with this bowl. Unlucky.
David definitely gone for cover that time.
So another big bowl here for Gary.
Time out of ball. Gary runs one time out of the
I think that green bowl, even if the head is hit, would lock at least one of the reds in.
Yeah, it's the speedy plays now as to if he makes contact with the jack goes out the ring, it's going on the green spot. I don't know whether he could end up losing an extra shot. I don't know whether he'll control it slightly more. Yeah, so he's going for a better controlled shot. Just needs to bend.
Depends
Just
how
needs
much
to
weight
bend.
he's put on.
Yeah, it just sticks.
It won't come. Unfortunate.
So another two there for
Two.
David. David puts
Yeah.
his nose in front now.
So 7-6 on the seventh end.
6 out of 7 ends.
So this is an important end for Gary now. Really needs to
Yeah.
score on this end. The tie for this set isn't good enough for him. He needs to win it. So he needs to get himself, on the scorecard again this end.
But again, to be fair, neither bowler is making big mistakes anywhere.
No, not at all. It's all been down to the conversions. It's been said time and time again, you know, you need to get your first couple of bowls near. As soon as you start putting pressure on your opposition, you've got to start playing the attacking bowls. That's where we've seen the games change. Games are win and lost really on conversions. They're both playing excellent bowls. Gary will certainly be pleased to see that one going.
David's got a good line.
Just on
Wants
his
to
pace.
start to work now. It's
Just gonna
working.
get to
It's
it
coming
now.
in. Excellent. Excellent ball.
Well, Gary's playing the slightly tighter line, looking to reach the bowl or the jack. Just needs to reach it now. Just lacking just that little bit of pace, that's all.
David needs to get another one in the head though. He's only got that one sat beside the jack. He needs another one in there. He's got a good line again.
Doesn't want the jack.
Doesn't. Well, that'll do. And a toucher.
Just makes it slightly bigger now. Yeah, Gary
Gary
going for
having a
this.
look for it.
Wide, won't move. So the red bowl's gone off the green at the back, so Gary's now got the best bat bowl.
So I would expect to see David put one round behind the jack. Couple of foot away.
Yeah, certainly nothing for short for this one.
Yeah, he's taken an extra wider line to get it all the way round.
You'll be looking for best back here, I think.
Going deep. Yep, that'll do.
So Gary's got this bowl to stay in the match now. Looking to turn this jack. Just needs to bend. Might get a little help. No.
Well,
It's a game to David.
David picks up a single.
Set score 86 out of 80.
So it's going to be a hard ask now. The way they're both playing, Richard, you know, the heads are
Yeah.
very, very close. Just shows you how hard those shots are hard to play on here, you know.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult.
But the thing is, you see, you know, the top guys, you just make it look so easy,
They certainly do.
and it's not.
No, it's they do make it look very easy on TV.
The amount of skill required to play some of the shots at this level is immense.
Yeah, and the green obviously changes slightly throughout the day as well. People think it's the same all the time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of factors go into it. You know, obviously the heat. You know, it's time of day you play, different speeds,
Yeah.
and it's not just the
Yes.
speed as well. It's how much the bowls will actually bend.
David's opened up well again. And of course it's also on the individual, the amount of concentration and sheer effort required for a solid hour and 40 minutes. You know, some players come off there and they're absolutely drained.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's about spotting when the green does change throughout the game and you know, adapting quickly. You know, there's a lot of people in today. You know, it's quite warm out there.
Yes, it will be.
You know, and they say, you know, the quicker the green gets, it just slightly bends less. It's strange.
Gary, a little bit wide and heavy with that one.
He knows he can't afford to be short. That's the problem. When you need three,
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do is start playing short bowls. It's so easy just to push past. David will be happy with this. They're pretty much mixed up at the moment. There's no groupings anywhere.
I think he's short this time.
He is, yeah.
Perfect line, look. Absolutely perfect.
So a
Just
slight
short.
chance for Gary, I think, here. Touch on the jack. As long as he finishes somewhere in the area, gives himself a chance with his last ball. Will it bend?
No, I think he's done it again.
Well, it's
Yeah.
in the area, Richard, you know. Depends where David puts this now. He's going to be looking at
Yeah.
least getting somewhere near those two green bowls.
Yes.
You know, Gary does need a minimum of 3. So I don't think he'd be bothered too much about the jack here. He'd be bothered more about the pairing of the bowls. Ideally, if you can sit somewhere between them, would be perfect.
David asked for time out there, even though he still had plenty of time left, just to make sure he had enough time to compose himself for this shot.
Last thing you want is looking back at the clock.
Yeah.
So the green bowls are his target. Anywhere between the two he'll be looking for. Is he here?
Well,
Doesn't like it.
not what he wanted
Doesn't
at
like
all.
it. So a slight chance here for Gary. Slightly over the pace on the backhand. If you can just catch David's last bowl straight and back up onto the jack, there's a chance there of making 3 shots. It's not an easy shot by all means.
No. Because like you said, it's no good him just drawing another.
No, and it's you've got to be absolute
He
perfect
needs-
weight.
He needs 3 shots out of this to force a tie break.
Can't afford to be too heavy, because if the jack moves too far,
Yeah, and he's got to be there.
but yeah, like you say, he's got to reach. So a big bowl here for Gary.
Well, he's lined it right. Now it's
Will he
all on
bend?
he's pushed
Just
it.
not going to bend again. Look.
No, I think he pushed it too much.
So-
There we are.
David takes 2 shots there on the last end.
Yep. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That was your first match of the afternoon. And we'll be back in about 10 to 12 minutes with your next match, which is Darren Burnett against Colin Walker. Both from Scotland and both top Scottish players, so you're in for a treat. So thanks for the moment and see you shortly.
Another set of quality bowls. Two familiar faces on the world circuit. Some good bowls there, wasn't So I do a little, I've got a little poem. Shall I read out the poem? Yes. It's a little poem there, and it's a lovely little poem. It's quite romantic, actually. And it goes like this. One day I went out walking with my girlfriend, Mary Jane, down through a village into a country lane. I went into a meadow, and with my arms around her tight, I looked into her lovely eyes and asked her if I might. She nodded her agreement. I kissed her tenderly, suggesting that we try it beneath the old oak tree. We tried it on the ground, but it was slightly damp, and Mary Jane was worried lest she'd suffer cramp. We tried it lying down, we tried it standing up. We even tried it sitting on a field of buttercups. We tried it by a water wheel and by an old windmill. We tried it by a flock of sheep, but they would not stand still. We walked by the canal where we tried it by a lock. We tried it in a hollow behind an old rock. We tried it in the meadow and beside a country track. We tried it in a farmyard beside a big haystack. We tried it by a fence, but she rubbed against a nail and tore a hole in her brand new nylons that she bought in last week's sale. We tried it by a hedge and by a fine barn gate. We tried it in all positions, exactly 48. At last I got her settled beside a rippling stream. My eyes devoured her figure. She looked a perfect dream. When asked if she was ready, she nodded with a laugh. And so I was able to take her photograph. Yeah, what you lot thinking? Hey, what were you thinking, dirty people?
That was innuendo.
It was.
Do you know what innuendo is?
It's a song that Freddie Mercury sang.
No, it's an Italian suppository.
Do you know what? My doctor gave me one of those. Yeah. And I took one with a glass of water. For all good it did, I might as well shove it up my...
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so... Right, should we choose some players? I think we should. That's your cue. Chris. Are we doing this? We're not. Okay, well, we'll carry on then. Ladies and gentlemen, first to a Scottish international for the last 14 years and former WIBC singles champion. Set to play in this year's World Indoor Pairs Final next Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning British Pairs champion, it's Colin Walker. And now it's always a pleasure to welcome this popular man from Scotland, a former international and Welsh International Open champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world number 7, Darren Burnett. And your commentators are Richard Madison and Francis Fletcher.
Well, good afternoon to the viewers. And this should be another cracking match following on from the last one. And I'm joined in the commentary box with Francis Fletcher, one of our officials team who's just hot off from working today.
And it is warm out on the rink today. Not just in temperature, but the 2 games we've had so far today have certainly ramped up the temperature out there, and I don't see why this one should be any different, really.
Well, there's certainly been enough bodies in there this afternoon.
Makes for a great atmosphere as well for the players when the crowd participate as lively as they do.
Just under 2 feet.
Darren usually plays with a Taylor Ace, and Colin usually goes with the Tiger or Tiger Pro. Both from Scotland. Darren is from Arbroath and Colin is from East Lothian. We had a question in the first match, Francis. Do the umpires and markers do any training in what they do before matches?
Well, we go through the World Bowls Tour's rules because they are founded on the laws of the sport, but tailored for television really. So we make sure we're up to date on the rules applicable to the tournament. They do differ from other national governing bodies. As far as training for the event, probably the answer is no, but we have to keep our skills up throughout the off period that we're not on the World Bowls Tour. And I'd like to think that we're all fairly competent in as much that to join the panel is by invitation only, and it takes a good few years to achieve a standard by which you could then fall into that category. So no formal training as such, but we go through our routines on a daily basis. Anything that crops up we'll discuss and move forward with that.
Ooh. Darren just looking to come off there, but he's got two.
Probably just following on from the training, it is a different environment in which we mark an umpire for the WBT. The skills are much the same, but there's a lot more going on, particularly at the side, which probably doesn't get televised much, but we do work as a three-man team, the umpire, the marker and the shot clock official, and we're all watching the game in total throughout, and hopefully we can deal with just about anything that comes up.
Yes, I would imagine your concentration levels have to be very high at every second of the match.
It can be quite tiring. Every official that's out there has a set job to do, but they're also covering the other two, and the marker is focusing on the player in possession, so little mannerisms to see what the gap is between the bowls or if they're shot or not, and it's focusing totally on the play. You devote your time to them,
Yeah.
and then once the bowl is in motion you can relax just that little bit and regroup for the next question.
One shot, Darren Burnett.
So Darren just picking up a single there. Darren favours a maximum length jack. Darren got to the quarter-final stages here last year. He reached the quarter-finals of the singles, the pairs and the mixed pairs, so he had a reasonable year last year. Currently ranked number 7 in the world.
This should be quite a canny game. These two know each other well from their international duties, and they're actually going to meet again in the World Pairs final.
Yes, they are. The World Pairs Final is here next week on Monday, and that'll be the first one screened
Gav's about
on
10 inches.
BBC Network. It's Monday the 18th at 1 o'clock. We'll be going live on the BBC. We'll still be continuing the stream, but the programme will be presented by Rishi Prasad. And you'll have, of course, commentary then will be with the voice of bowls currently, which is David Corkill. Oh, it's a good bowl here from Colin. Very good bowl. It gives Colin the shot. Colin is no stranger to the portable rink. First appeared on it in 2009, and since then it was 2012, 13, 14 and 15 that he's managed to qualify for the events. I think his best year was 2013, and he got to the semi-final of the World Singles, which was then sponsored by Fred Olsen Cruising. And of course this year it's sponsored by Just Retirement, who have done a fabulous deal with WBT and Potter's Resort and signed up till 2018, which is brilliant news for our sport. Keep you going on the portable for another 3 years, Francis.
Yes, looking forward to the opportunity to perhaps come back here next year, but the WPBT is a great circuit, and the innovations with YouTube screening certainly promotes the game and takes it forward into the next era.
Colin played another good one there to take 2. Colin going for a slightly shorter jack.
5 metres.
Not a bad opening goal from Colin. A good line, just a little bit on the short side, but only a little.
Darren didn't look happy with that one.
No. And there's your reason why. He was probably a good yard through.
You're both, yeah, you're both short, about 20 inches short.
Didn't look too happy with that one either.
No, I think he just wobbled it slightly out of his hand. Saw him glance back just to check where the mat was. It'll take them a couple of ends just to settle down. Colin again looking at a really good line in here. Depending on his weight, look at that. Perfect bowl. 2 shots holding.
and not much of a target. Going to have to get close on a dead draw.
Not a bad effort. Well, he's trying. Just over.
One shot, Colin Walker.
So Colin picking up another single there.
Set score is 1-3.
I think the remarkable thing this year with the singles so far is the quality of play from the qualifiers that have come through. None of the seeds have had an easy run, and it's nice to see a little bit of change at the top. It's always an open door for somebody to get into the top 16 and maybe improve on that, but all the qualifiers have done very well so far.
Well, they have, in fact. Some of the top seeds have gone out in the first round, which is down to the qualities you were saying of the qualifiers coming through.
They certainly haven't been overawed, even those that have been making their debut here. They've just settled to the game, applied their trade, and they've done very well.
Yeah. Colin Walker playing a very good opening role. Might see him change his hand here. Oh, he's not happy with that. Just screwed his face up slightly. But if that was me, I'd be very happy with a bowl like that.
2 green.
I think Darren's dropped it short. He has.
2 green.
Colin just looking to let his bowl swing in there, Francis.
Yes, I think with Darren's 2 short bowls, he certainly shouldn't be short with this one. Colin's last bowl just gives him a little bit of a rest if he overreaches. But looking at 3 down is not too good at the moment.
Yeah, Darren looking for the hunt. Come off that. Just.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's one thing about both these players, Colin, they won't be afraid to attack if they think they need to.
No, I think all the top players, whether they're in the top 16 or the qualifiers, they will all go early if they need to. They certainly don't leave the desperation blast to the last moment. Try and rattle it with a third and sort it out with a fourth, but Darren's in a little bit of a fix now. Colin sensibly just coming through. Yeah. So Darren with one bowl on the rink and one bowl left to play.
3 green at the measure.
Well, there's the marker Mike Davis has just called out. It's definitely 3 and a possible measure for 4th for Colin. So Darren has got to do something here. Yep, there he goes. I think he's wide. Oh, he's got one out.
Well, saves the measure.
3 shots, Colin Walker.
So Colin picks up a 3. That takes it to 6-1 to Colin in the 4th end.
1-6 after 4 ends.
It's quite deceptive. You think a 6-1 lead is comfortable, but it can disappear very quickly.
Yes, it can. You've only got to make a couple of mistakes and your opponent will be all over you like a rash.
Jack length 24.5 metres.
So 24.5 metre jack length. That's reasonably short. Good opener from Colin, very good opener. Yeah,
Darren's not happy
Darren,
about something.
he's not happy.
No.
Once again, Colin coming in nicely.
2 green.
Now 2 green. This one looks slightly better from Darren if he can just swing himself side in off there. Yep. So from 2 down to 1 up. Good bowl.
And that happens so often. These players just pull out single bowls to rescue the situation, and they do it time and time again. So nothing is ever safe out there.
No, I agree with you.
One red. Last bowl is about 6 inches past Jack high. Yes.
Darren just asking precisely where the bowls are. I think he's gone a bit too wide. Very difficult to see quite on the angle of the television. Just gone behind. Colin with his last bowl. He has got an opportunity. There is a slight way in there.
Close.
He can keep running and keep turning. He's trying it. Well, that was unfortunate. Very, very good bowl. Just dropped out.
One shot, Darren Burnett.
Score is 2-6 on 5 innings.
Darren just picking a single. We'll probably see a longer jack length now off Darren.
Jack length 29.5 meters.
He's dropped a good metre, 4 feet short, having to adjust from the shorter length that Colin played. Looks like Colin's gone straight for the length, quite happy. Excellent bowl there, Francis.
Great start. Just tippling over, that will cover the jack from the mat. So you bowl in blind with probably a 4 or 5 inch gap.
This looks a better one from Darren. Yep.
Who needs to see what they're doing?
No, it's very slightly short, about half an inch short.
Wow.
1 green.
Great bowl.
Superb. So Colin Walker now holding shot. Your screen still shows it as Darren, but it is Colin. Darren just a bit short there.
Yeah, just preempting Darren taking a runner. He's really got nothing to lose on that.
Yep. Darren giving it a full drive. Just slightly wide.
So nothing fancy with the last bowl, and that would leave Colin 7-2 up, approaching the end of the first set. So again, not a decisive break, but something you can work with.
Yes, it will certainly put Darren under a bit more pressure.
One shot, Colin Walker.
So Colin just picking up a single on that end. That's 7-2 to Colin at the end of end 6. 3 ends to go. 5 shots adrift for Darren. But as we've seen before, Francis, you know, a player just has to be slightly off and the other player can jump in.
All down to the first bowl. If you can get close with this, it'll put pressure on Darren. Likewise, if Darren gets close with his first, all of a sudden Colin needs a good second just to protect that lead. It's a canny game at this stage.
Well, Colin's left it open for Darren. Once again, Darren didn't seem to like it, but there's your reason why. Just a bit too wide and slightly too heavy.
Only seems to be from that end that he's not happy on the backhand. So perhaps a change might alter the fortune a bit.
Colin looks to be coming very well. Yeah, excellent bowl. If it sits down, it's just going to... Well, Darren's went in then. They must have heard me.
Close.
Darren looks close here. If he pick that jack up, give it a nibble. Yeah, well done. 2 shots to Darren.
So one good bowl, all of a sudden Colin's on the back foot a little bit. Needs a close bowl in there to work with.
He's certainly trying.
Made to
He
order.
is trying. And he's done it. So
Great
that's
bowl.
he was 2 shots down, now he's 1 shot up. Well, that was an excellent response from Darren. Weighted shot, pick the jack, 2 shots.
There's good solid rest on the back pair, but you certainly don't need to leave Darren the opportunity of adding a third with his last bowl.
Timeout for Colin has 4 timeouts remaining.
So Colin just asking for a timeout there. Well, he's just gone for the draw. I think I would have been a bit more forceful, but that's me.
So a chance to add a third, just resting his own second bowl would be pretty good.
Well, he's given it a try, he's got the right height, it's all down to his weight now.
Here it comes.
His bowl should bend in nicely. Has he got the weight just to get him?
2 shots, Darren Burnett.
No. So Darren picks up a double there. That takes it to 4-7 to Colin. So Colin's still 3 shots ahead, but still 2 ends to go. And Francis, somebody's asked us a question. How did you start umpiring in the WBT?
Good question. I was given a call 4 years ago now to go up to umpire the tour card finals at Blackpool for a long weekend as a sort of trial probation period. A couple of the more senior umpires on the tour were unavailable, so that was an opportunity. I can't say I did that well, but showed promise. The boys showed some promise back then. And I was invited to come to Potters 2 years ago for a further trial, and has just managed to scramble on the bottom rung of the ladder. It is really a change in umpiring style. The laws are the same, the rules are adaptable, but it's the environment which catches people out, and it's something that doesn't come that quickly. It takes a little bit of time to settle in, work as a small team that changes from event to event. So by invitation, you just get noticed, you have a lucky break, and then it's down to you to make the most of it.
Yeah, I know that you do actually have about 3 pairs of eagle eyes on you when you first start, as well as the players, and it's not for everybody. The pressure of being there, especially on television when you're under BBC Network with, you know,
It's about 9 inches short of jack
over 1 million viewers looking at you.
Yep, thanks for that.
Just thought I'd remind you. But, Darren's off to a good start this end. Colin, a couple of wayward bowls there. Oh, I spoke too soon as Darren popped another wayward up. Colin could do with getting this one in there or thereabouts. He's turned his back on it. Well,
See how quickly the game can change.
well, you wouldn't expect that. So Colin coming up to have a quick peek at the head, as he's allowed to do, whilst Darren pops another one right beside the jack. Well, that's going to make it very difficult for Colin. Personally, I just try and draw a very good second. If you don't think you can get the shot, then always try and draw a really good second, especially when you're in N8 and 3 shots ahead and 3 shots against on the table.
To run through.
Well, he may have taken
Maybe.
one out, I don't know.
Three shots, Darren Bennett.
He didn't. So Darren picks up the 3 there. So into the last end we go.
Just finishing up with the
7
World Bowls
all.
Tours umpiring. It isn't so much a pressure environment. I don't believe in pressure. I think that's something that you actually end up placing on yourself. You have a situation and it's how you deal with it. And if you can hold it together, gain the experience, become part of the team, then all the players become more comfortable with working.
Yeah, there's a lot in that.
So there we are. Colin was 5 shots up, 2 ends ago, to not close ends. All of a sudden, all square, 1 end to play.
Yeah, and Darren didn't like his bowl, and you can see why.
But again, it's the backhand from this end. I don't quite see why he just doesn't change. If he's not happy with it, just have a go on the forehand.
Yeah. Well, Colin's drawn a nice one.
That may just entice him with a little backrest there.
Last one, sorry. 13 inches past jack five.
Darren's gone very wide on that. But it is over a long length, so it should come back all down to his weight. Colin's still holding.
It's about the same distance past yours. About 13 inches past Jack.
He's coming very well. Very well indeed. Just a bit short. Still left enough room for Darren on either hand.
Time out. Darren has 4 timeouts.
I think that may just persuade Darren onto the forehand.
2 green.
Yeah.
Well, has he got the jack? Can he? No, but he's drawn a perfect shot. About 2 inches off the jack.
1 red. Yes.
It's got a good line. He's very close here. Yeah. Good strike there, Francis.
Indeed, and effectively now we have a 1-bowl shootout.
2 green.
So all the players practice drawing to the spot, which you can just see there on the bottom left-hand corner. That's a pretty good guide.
Yeah. Excellent bowl from Darren.
1 red.
Simple choice now is you either trust your drawing ability or run at the bowl.
And there's your answer. And if we can see it.
1 shot in the first set to Darren Burnett.
So, first set to Darren. Well, somebody's asked, does the winner get a physical edge for the pairs finals? Well, your top 8 are in action tomorrow in the World Mixed Pairs match play. And I mean, I would say, obviously I'm not a top 16 player, but I would say if you've won in the last 2 days your first or second match of the World Open Singles, it's got to put you on a good edge. Wouldn't you say so?
I think generally yes, but probably at this level, it's a bit of a sporting cliche, but the players will take one game at a time. They may have bragging rights for 10 minutes tonight in the bar, but come the finals, pairs final on Monday, they'll start a completely different game. It is 2 bowl pairs as opposed to 4 bowl singles. I don't see a psychological edge really. It'll be all on the day, another cliche. Different environment, different atmosphere, and referring to a question we had earlier, a little bit different in pressure. It's how you deal with the situation. But these guys are top level internationals, and they'll just play what's in front of them.
Yep, well, like Darren just opened up with a cracking ball. Colin's not that far behind him.
Darren's called the changes this end and gone with a short jack.
But he's still sticking to the hand that he keeps not being happy with.
There must be good reason for it.
Well, look at this from Colin. Just caught the edge of Darren's.
One green.
Well, he's running a little bit, I think.
Just doesn't seem happy with his game at all this afternoon. Of course, there's all sorts of thoughts that go through a player's mind, perhaps with the number of top 8 people that have gone out already. You sort of manoeuvre your way through the draw and you think, well, he's not there and he's not there, if I can beat that one. And all of a sudden you lose focus on the game. I'm sure that's not the case, but it just goes on in the back of your mind.
Looking good again from Darren. Still probably only the one.
True, but he does seem more comfortable on the forehand. He's just reluctant to play it.
Yeah. He's not missed much when he's played on the forehand.
No, definitely not. He's found a good line, good weight.
Colin picking a similar line. I think he might just run through the gap, yeah.
One shot, Darren Bennett.
So Darren picks up another single to start the first set off with.
Jack, 29.5 meters.
It's a fairly long one. I think I heard him call 29 and a half. Well, Darren's happy with that one.
On the preferred backhand.
I know.
Good reply.
Yeah, excellent.
Half an inch gap. Sorry, just the length. 2.5 inches. You're about 10 inches short of jack high.
Darren again picking a high line, allowing his bowl to work, allowing the bias to pull the bowl back. Just a little bit short on his weight though.
Doesn't want to be offering up a rest. Just about perfect.
2 green.
You're very demanding, Francis. If that was me, I'd be jumping up and down thinking it was awesome.
Well, I always play a good game when I'm out on the rink marking. It's even easier up here. I have to say my understanding of the game has improved since I've been marking WBT events. Unfortunately, the practical hasn't followed.
2 green.
Again, Darren just dropping a little bit short there. Yeah,
3 green.
I don't think we'll be seeing much finesse on this one.
no. I think the man from Arbroath will be certainly using a little bit of attacking force on it.
He's in something. Oh,
Well, where did the jack go?
it's going to be respotted and it'll be close
Yeah.
to 3.
Yeah.
Certainly 2.
He's just going to trundle a bit. It's enough for shot, but there's enough
One
room
shot,
there.
Colin Walker.
You know, if there was other bowls to come, there was enough room there to get more in. It's very hard to get a shot bowl from the ditch hand when it's on the respot.
It is. It's a shot they practice, but generally it's something that you get one bowl at, maybe 2 or 3 ends in a game. But Colin
Yeah.
played 4 good bowls there, ends up with 1 on the card. It doesn't
Yeah.
always reflect the end and how it develops, but Darren certainly had a good strike from 3 down to 2 up. So a slight change, the mat's up a little bit. Jack on the tee.
One green. Just under 2 feet.
Yeah, good bowl again from Colin.
Just offers up enough of a rest, although there is a gap there. But these players don't really need a second chance once it's presented. I'm dropping short again now.
Oh, that was Colin's turn to drop one short.
Slight bump on that delivery.
He's played it a bit tighter, hoping to sweep in. He's very close.
There you go.
Very
Offer
close.
up a rest in. Oh, sure. Yeah, probably
Yep, he's
falling
done it.
back in.
Yep. One to Darren.
1 red. 6 inches past.
Just a steady reach and draw. Nudge the jack over, could possibly sit 3 here.
As long as he hasn't taken it to, no. All on his weight. But if he's put too much, it'll hang off. Yeah. One to Darren so far. Another good line from Darren. Yep, 2 shots. 2 shots to Darren.
2 shots, Darren.
3-1 on the third end.
Pretty much full length.
29
Yeah.
meters.
Urging it on a bit. And it worked.
Yeah, very, very good opener. Yeah, excellent bowl from Colin there. So Colin takes the shot.
I'll indicate that one. Green. Gap, half an inch gap. Your bowl is 2 inches short.
So my colleague Mike Davis indicating Colin's bowl was a toucher, but didn't get too close. It's on the tilt, so not chalked at the moment.
Colin was just looking for the same bowl there, didn't quite make it. Well, that's made it a bit more awkward actually for Darren, because that's actually locked Colin's bowl in behind the jack.
It has, and as it's fallen flat down now, you can just see the chalk marks on it. So it doesn't have to be chalked immediately. It can be nominated and then marked when it's safe to do so. But the bowl is locked in a little bit. Darren's just got one bowl left to rearrange things. Could perhaps just squeeze it on the forehand.
That's why Colin popped a bowl where he just did, just as a cover bowl.
Darren lining up a timeout, I would hope, before the buzzer goes off.
Time out.
Yeah, you could see his eyes just flicking up at the at the shot clock there. Not wanting to do another Jason Greenslade from the Scottish International Open.
Jason, very experienced, but sometimes you can concentrate too much on the job in hand and just lose sight of the clock.
Yeah.
It happened. The thing is to hopefully not let it happen again. Close.
Well, he's certainly having a... Oh, well.
Got a result, but Colin could probably play the same sort of shot now. Squeeze off his own
Yeah.
wing bowl there with a chalk mark on, or take
So-
the red clean.
Darren Burnett now holds one shot. Yeah, Colin looking at a running bowl. He
a
needs
little
to
bit of
bend though.
help.
He does need to bend.
Just
Well.
like that.
Another result. So Colin now holds the shot. So score is 3-2. That just denotes how tight this set has been, really.
Yep, the players have settled in. They've had a little bit of sparring during the first set. Whoever makes the break now, slightly in Darren's favour as he won the first set. Halfway through the second set, all to play for. Coming in on the high line. Squeeze past? Not quite.
Well, he's just running a little bit. He's got a great line. Come back to centre almost. Just a little bit too far.
Bit of a loose end.
But we had one in the last match, and it looked like somebody had got hold of the tree and shaken it.
And the red and green apples fell out.
Exactly.
Wow. Got it surrounded, just not very close.
That's his last stand.
Decent line. There we go.
Two.
Looking for a close second, I would think.
Yeah. Oh, well, you just missed that.
One red.
So Darren Burnett holding one for definite.
Time out, Colin. Darren has 2 timeouts remaining.
From the pointing and the shot, I would assume that Darren laid third and fourth there. Probably looking to sit the green bowl down to make a count.
So 4-2. Still very tight and still highly recoverable by Colin. Of course, Colin needs to force this into a tie break to get any chance. So he has to win this set. Whereas Darren would be quite happy with just either a win or a draw.
Yeah, I think Colin really needs to score one this end. Don't want to be going into the last 3 ends 3 down, because it means you've got to get a score somewhere.
Well, like I said before, he has been to the World Singles semi-finals before, so he's capable.
Darren waving this one back in.
Yeah, it's coming, but he was just a little bit too wide. So Colin's still got a decent shot on there.
Oh, he's not stalking it, but it is coming.
He needs a thick edge off. What did I say? So, just a slightly overweight from Darren, just to remove the bowl, or Jack? I would
Wave of
think.
apology from Colin on the way past there.
Yes, I saw that.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, you know, Colin had paid that shot, he'd played for the draw,
Yep.
and the bowl was there to be used.
If they're there, use them.
He's beginning to bend. I don't think he'll bend in time.
Only
It's
once
coming.
a nudge.
Well. There you go. So once again, it's gone from Darren to Colin, and looking at that, back to Darren.
Yep. Shot to play though, something similar, just coming off Colin's own bowl. Could turn the red a couple, even leave 3. So every chance to do something. Just
He's
has
playing
to
with
be
a bit
done.
of weight here, he's not messing about. He's looking for bowl or jack.
Close.
He's got the
In off.
knife.
Oh.
Oh, Ted. Whoa.
One shot, Darren Burnett.
So Darren picks up another single. So we're going into the 6th end. 5-2 up. Still not irrecoverable. There's 3 ends to come, and 3 shots in it. So it's still recoverable, Francis. He's not out of it by a long way.
Certainly not, but crucial end coming up. You can't let Darren get too far ahead because Colin has to win this set. So even if you only score 1 this end, control the jack, build a little bit of momentum.
Audience is very quiet today as opposed to yesterday. Yesterday they were all shrieking, hollering in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I think they ran themselves out. This afternoon they're awful quiet.
that might ramp up a bit if we get into a tie break set. But Colin really does need to score here. If he's 4 down with 2 ends to play, effectively has to score 5 shots to keep the game
Yeah.
alive. It's a tough ask when you have to do it.
Yes, it is. And of course, in tonight's match, the one that's on at 7:30, it's crowd favourite Greg Harlow against Colin's mate Ronnie Duncan.
Yes, and I'm expecting another good game there. I'll be on the shot clock tonight, so not exactly the best seat in the house, which is on the rink, but looking down from above in the gods.
Oh, Colin, you need to be doing something here. You're 2 down. And Darren will be looking to stop you getting anywhere near the jack if he can.
Yep. Maybe a bit of cover just behind, reaching the back pair. Covering the spot though. Well, there's the challenge. You play
Yeah.
it, I'll cover it.
Yeah. Colin's still just looking for the draw. Needs to start to work now. Needs to bend quick. Bend quick.
Okay, in the picture.
Two. One red.
So he's cut 1 shot away from Darren, so now Darren just holds the single. I know your screen is showing 2, but it's actually only 1 shot to Darren.
good bowl.
Hmm. It's only one shot to down.
Time out. Colin has 3 time out remaining.
Really does need to score this end. A chance for a 2.
Yeah. Doesn't really want to let Gowan get up to 6,
No.
not with just 2 ends left to play.
Okay, runner.
Can we see that? No.
1 shot
So-
for Runner.
Darren picks up another single. That's 6-2. 2 ends to play. 4 shots up.
Score is 6-2.
Against Darren, that's not going to be easy to grab.
No, not impossible, but certainly not easy. We're in the
Oh no, it's definitely
realms
not
of-
impossible.
realms of difficulty. Comes down to a good first bowl to build on.
Darren is far too experienced to let you easily get.
29 meters.
And the other thing, of course,
5
is
shots he needs.
yeah. If Darren scores 2 this end, if Colin scores 2 this end, still need 3, but Darren would have last bowl. So I'm looking for something close. Start building on that. There we go.
Yeah, he's beaten Darren, but still a lot of room there. Darren's getting his line nicely now, isn't he? Just a case of making sure his weight's right. Look at this. That's not too shabby. Just a bit short, but
Forces Colin into a change by the look of it. Oh no, still on the backhand. Wow.
I don't see Darren leading them there. I could be wrong.
Staying
Quite
on the
often
backhand. Yeah, well, that's it.
Oh, he's still going for just the draw. And he's pushed it. So Colin's in with half a chance here.
Your last ball, 6 inches past.
He can just rest on his wing bowl. Cuts the track out for Darren. Might see a
Oh,
change.
I think he's pushed it a little.
Okay.
Still holding 2.
I wonder if Darren sits his front bowl down, if that would cut one out.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. So, one to Darren now. Colin needs to move that.
Plays a reaching draw on the backhand, could just push the red through, maybe even nudge the jack a little bit. Got a chance, just has to be played, otherwise it's game over. So match live for Darren at the moment.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Second set and a match to Darren Burnett.
So there we are then, ladies and gentlemen. Darren picks up another 2 there. And the match goes through to the next round. Thank you very much for watching the stream this afternoon. We're back at 7:30 and we've got a cracking match tonight. You've got Greg Harlow, local favourite, against Ronnie Duncan. So thanks for watching and see you later. Bye.
Bye bye now.